want to talk to you today about the need for self-improvement. It's a ruse. The reason that it is a ruse is all aspects of improving oneself, making yourself better, they all start with the base point of the fact that you're not good enough as you are. I used to be a big, motivational book reader, self-improvement book reader, and came to realize that while those books are helpful in some regards, there's a pulling forward or pushing, however you want to look at it, in helping you get to another place. That starts with the thought, the idea, the notion that where you are is not good enough. That you need to be somewhere else. That you need to have more money, have that partner, get that job, sell your company. Basically, get to an end point that is not this, that is not now. This is all that ever is. Now, the present moment is all we ever have. This. The past isn't real. The future is not real. The future never gets here. And what's interesting, if you look in your past, if you look at times in the past when you weren't in a place that you wanted to be, and you told yourself, when I get to that spot, when I get that thing, that event happens, this person says this, they react in this particular way, then I will be better. Then I will have arrived. You got there, and then your body-mind came up with another destination, another point in the distance, another place, a next level. There's the saying, this is next level stuff. What's the level? What level are you looking for? What level? The level that you're looking for is the one that you're on. What you seek, you are what you seek. What you seek is already here. It exists now. There is nothing else. This is inescapable, and it's beautiful. You can look at the inescapable as that word inescapable as a challenge to your freedom. You can look at it as shackles, but it's not. It's actually, the present moment is actually the most freeing place that you can be. And our body, mind, our ego doesn't like it. It wants something else. It wants something more. It says, certainly this can't be it. So it comes up with things, ideas, events. I mean, it itself, ego is just a thought anyway, but it manufactures these things in the future, these problems that need to be solved. And the goodie that you get when you solve those problems is, for a brief moment of time, there is no desire. There is no wanting of any other thing, but it doesn't last very long. And the ego comes up with something else, the next thing, the next hill to climb. You see where I'm going with this. Improving oneself it's a scam. And I don't mean scam in the context of, watch out, everybody's trying to make money off you and you're not getting something out of it. It's just, that's why I use the word ruse. It's a little more playful. If you feel a calling to improve your health, to go jogging, to lose weight, to do what needs to be done, do it. But the idea that you should be doing this, that you actually know what's good for you, and as Alan Watts says, what gives you the idea that you know what's good for you? If you knew what was good for you, then you would already be better. You would have already done the things, to get you to that point. So beating ourselves up because we're not in a place that we want to be, and if you feel some resistance to the notion of beating yourself up, if your ego mind is not so harsh, it's sort of a positive, gentle coach. I would still argue that that's not it. Because even a positive, gentle coach is subtly telling you that where you are, that this right now isn't good enough, and it's simply not true. The present moment, is all there is. The unfolding, and this is timeless. It's not knowable. It just is. What's interesting is all destinations beyond this are false. Enlightenment, awakening, it's on the same side of the table as more money, new job, new lover. It's all desires for something other than this. You don't need to improve yourself. There's no need for self-improvement. There's no need for a better you. And I'm not saying this in the context of, like the loving mother. Oh, honey, you're perfect. You're perfect as you are. She's right, but this is a different pointing. You're perfect as you are because there can be nothing other than what you are right now, at this moment. And because there can't be anything other than what you are in this moment, which is infinite and whole, that is what creates the suffering. This desire to be something, somewhere else. It creates suffering. So the perfectness that you are, bless your mother, she's not incorrect, but the perfectness that you are exists because you exist right now in this moment. One of the the interesting thing about waking up is that along a path, and everyone's on their own, you start as a seeker. Everyone's seeking, whether they believe it or not. Everyone's looking for this. Some just don't know it, and some are attempting to find it in different ways. But on a spiritual seeking path, you are in a place, and there's some hints, there's a feeling that there's something other than this. And you read books and you watch videos, or maybe you don't. Maybe this is the first video on this you're watching. You look at it from the context of this other place, this other state. And you seek until you find. You can hear people tell you over and over and over again, to find, just stop seeking. And it makes sense at some point, but it can be very frustrating while that's happening. And it's funny because it's true, actually. When you get these glimpses of what is, really the glimpses are of what is, these experiences, these openings, whatever you want to call it, and then you oscillate, you go back, and I was there, I was there, and I need to get back to that spot. I need to get back there. When the page finally turns, at least for me, I had little glimpses, enough to keep pulling me along, and I just kept feeling I'm so close, I'm so close, and then it was, and the glimpses would give more energy, and the ego mind's like, oh, we're doing great, we're almost there. When it finally clicked, it wasn't fireworks, it wasn't the floor dropping out, it wasn't a lightning bolt of bliss that hit me. It was actually this feeling and the knowing that it had always been this. Now, that's what I found the most fascinating about it. It was, yes. And then it was like, how have I been going this whole time without noticing? I don't want to say it's as obvious as, having something on your face, and wondering how long it had been there. Or maybe it's something like that, but most of us look in the mirror every morning to brush our teeth, and so or we're with other people that may hopefully tell us that we have something on our face, but it was akin to that feeling, except only over decades. Over 4 decades, 40 years of saying, wow, this was here all along, and I didn't see it. And it's actually hilarious. It's funny. There's no frustration. And then all of that quickly followed by what has been instinctively known for a long time, which is the the present moment. And in that the period of self-improvement, I'll call it, motivational books, I used to only read business books and motivational books, anything to improve, anything to get better. Otherwise I was wasting my time. I wasn't reading fiction. I wasn't really reading much in spirituality. But during that time, and I left the reminder on my computer and on my phone. It still pops up every day at 3:00. But it's a reminder that says the present moment. And I would tell myself, you're busy, you're doing your stuff, you're getting after life, you're getting all these different things, but once a day, and if you can once a day, you can find the present moment, then you can relax. I looked at the present moment as an escape from what? I don't know what I thought it was. But the changeover from realizing that the present moment is all that ever is, and all that other heavy mind stuff, activity, that was the escape. It's ridiculously profound to switch, to change things over. And those distractions happen. They happen with kids, with other people, with work, driving in the car. They come up. It happens a lot less. And the difference is that awareness or focused attention on them is all that's required it's all that's required to be seen. That's not the truth. That's not reality. And sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes you just go back to being present. Other times it's laughter. Sometimes it's feels like a little mini heart explosion, like a little pump. And it's not for noticing to have those events or those experiences. They just happen. There's juice in them, I guess, but there's no seeking for that, because the seeking for spiritual experiences or a spiritual state, whether it's through meditation, plant medicine, drugs, alcohol, love, whatever, it all sits on the same side of the fence. It's all a desire for something that is other than this. If you want to get healthy, if you want to be in another place, if you want to work hard, that's absolutely, it's fine. You can do so knowing that without taking aspects of that so personally. If you like to exercise, exercise. The idea, I should be doing something. I should I'd better, I need to, I have to. You don't. You don't at all. If you need to do anything, it's just be. It's be here, now, in the present moment. And you don't need to do that because it's here anyway, whether you want it to be that way or not. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to accomplish, nothing to achieve in arriving. You've already arrived.